Good morning, kindergartners. This week in math, we're going to be doing some shape review. So this year we've learned about 2D shapes. Those are shapes that are flat like pancakes. And we've also learned about 3D shapes. Those are shapes that are solid. All right, so we're going to go over all the different shapes we've learned, their attributes. Those are the things that make up a shape. We've learned about sides, vertices, edges, faces. Those are some of the attributes we're going to go over. And then we're going to give some real life examples. At the end of our video, I'm going to quiz you guys, and we're going to compare between two shapes and decide what makes them 2D and what makes them 3D. All right, so let's start by reviewing our 2D shapes first. So all 2D shapes are, say it with me, flat like pancakes. So the first shape we've learned about is a circle. Let's check. 2D test. Is it flat? Oh, yep. I'm squishing it pretty flat with my hands. So circles are flat. Now we're going to think about the attributes of a shape. So the attributes that we talk about with 2D shapes are sides or edges, and vertices. Those are the points or the parts where edges and sides connect. So let's think. Sides usually look like straight lines. Does a circle have any sides? You're right. A circle has 0 sides. Now we're going to think about vertices, or the points. Those are where edges connect. Do you see any points on the circle? Nope. Circle has 0 vertices as well. All right. And my real life example that I thought of was like a hula hoop. A hula hoop is in the shape of a circle. Can you think of anything in your house that's in the shape of a circle? All right. The next shape we're going to learn about is called who knows? A triangle. Great job. A triangle. Can everyone say that? Triangle. All right, now we're going to do our 2D or 3D test. Remember, 2D shapes are flat, and 3D shapes are, what's the word? Solid, right? Let's see. A triangle is flat like a pancake, so that makes it a 2D shape. So we have a triangle, it's flat. Now we're going to think about our sides. Let's count them together. Ready? 1, I'm going to turn it, 2, 3. Remember, the sides are kind of the smooth, straight lines. So a triangle has, show me on your fingers, how many sides? 3. A triangle has 3 what? Sides. Nice work. All right, now we're going to think about the vertice attribute, vertices. So those are where edges meet into a point. So you can help count with me. 1, 2, 3. So a triangle has 3 sides and 3, what's the new word for points? Vertices. Say that with me. Vertices. That's a big word. 3 vertices. Great job. And my real life example is when we're drawing. This one's a little tricky because it's a drawing. When I draw a house, I always make the roof a triangle. Can you think of an example at your house? What's something that's in the shape of a triangle? All right, great work. The next 2D shape, or our flat shapes, we're going to go over is a square. Can everyone say that? Square. Boys and girls, I think you can answer this one. Is a square flat or solid? Let's test. You're right, it's flat. Now we're going to think about the sides of a square. Let's count them. Ready? 1, 2, turning it over, 3, 4. A square has 4, what are these called? Sides. Nice work. Now we're going to count, actually, I wrote a word underneath my 4 here under sides for square because there's something important about it. It says 4 equal sides. Can you say equal? Equal. So now that you guys know measurement terms, a square has equal, or their sides are all of equal length. That's important to know. You'll see why in just a minute. All right, now let's get to counting vertices. Say that with me. Vertices. So those are the points or where the sides connect. Let's count. 1, 2, 3, and 4. A square has 4 sides that are equal in length and 4, what's the word? Vertices. Good listening, boys and girls. My example from my house that I can think of was a window. My windows are in the shape of squares. All right, we've got 2 more 2D shapes to go over. Our next 2D shape is a rectangle. Go ahead and say that with me. Rectangle. Good job. Let's do our 2D test. Is it solid? No, it's, what's the word? Flat. Flat. Yep, flat like a pancake. All right, we're going to count our sides. Count with me. 1, 2, 3, 4. So, just like a square, a rectangle has 4 sides. But this is where that equal word comes into play. Do the rectangle sides look equal to you? Do all 4 sides look equal in length? No. You're right. That's what makes a square special, that a square's sides are all equal. A rectangle's are not. All right, great job. We're going to count the points. What's the word for points? The vertices. Good job. We'll count the vertices. 1, 2, 3, 4. So a rectangle also has 4 sides and 4 vertices. So if we were to describe a rectangle and a square, they might sound really similar. That's why when you're describing a square, you've got to put the word equal in there so we can tell the difference. And my example of a rectangle from my house is a door. All right, last 2D or flat shape we're going to learn about. This one is called a hexagon. It's a kind of a big word. Can you say that with me? Hexagon. All right, a hexagon is flat like a pancake, so it's a 2D shape. Let's count its sides. Ready? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Great job. A hexagon has 6. What are these called? Sides. Nice job. Now we're going to count the vertices. Those are the points. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. A hexagon has 6 sides and 6 vertices. And my example is of a honeycomb, where bees make their honey. They're in the shape of hexagons. Excellent work, boys and girls. So those are the 5 2D, can you say that? 2D shapes that we've learned about. 2D shapes are flat like pancakes. Great work. All right, we're going to move on to 3D shapes now. So 3D shapes are solid. That means we can't squish them flat. They're solid. There's kind of room between them. So we've learned about 4. Just like we did with 2D shapes, we're going to go over their names and what they look like. We're going to describe them as flat or solid. Since these are all 3D shapes, they should all be what? Flat or solid? They're all going to be solid. Good job. We'll talk about their attributes. 3D shapes have sides and edges, vertices, just like 2D shapes, but they also have what we call faces. Faces is going to be our new vocab word. Perfect. And then we'll give an example at the end. All right. So the first 3D shape we're going to learn about is a sphere. Can you say sphere? Here's a sphere. So a sphere kind of looks like a circle, but a circle is a 2D shape because it's flat. Let's see if we can do our flat test. Oh, nope, my hands can't squish down the circle. It's not flat. So this isn't a circle. I misspoke. My hands can't squish down a sphere because it's not a circle. It's not flat. It is solid. Can you say that word with me? Solid. So here's our sphere. It's solid, which makes it a 3D shape. We're going to talk about our edges. Let's look at a circle. At a sphere. Do you think it looks like it has any edges or sides like our triangle does? Any straight lines or lines that connect? Nope, a sphere has no edges. Let's think about vertices now. You guys know that vertices are the points where edges connect. How many vertices do you think our sphere has? If you said 0, you're absolutely right. So our sphere has 0 edges, 0 vertices, and now I'm going to teach you the new word faces. So faces are a flat part of a 3D shape. Do you see any flat parts of a sphere? You're right. A sphere does not have any faces either. When I was thinking of an example of a sphere, I thought of a baseball. What's an example of a sphere you have in your house? Great work. We're going to move on to our next 3D shape, and it's called a cone. Can you say that with me? Cone. All right, so let me grab mine here. Boys and girls, since this is a 3D shape, do you think our cone is flat, like a pancake, or solid? Does it look like you could squish it flat? No, it is, what's the word? Solid, you're right. So we have a cone here and it's solid. Let's think about our attributes. So the first one is an edge. So we actually have one. It's not a straight edge like we've seen with our 2D shapes, but here's the edge of our cone. Watch with me. I'm touching all the way around the top. So an edge is where a face and another part of a 3D shape meet. So here's one edge. A cone has what? One edge. Good job. Now we're going to look at our vertices, so our points. Do we see any points with our cone? If you counted one, you're right. Here's our one. What's the word that starts with a V? One vertice. Good job. So a cone is solid. It has one edge and one vertice. Now we're going to look at our new word. It's faces. Can you say that? Faces. So faces are a flat part of a 3D shape. So our cone has one face right here. Do you see how it's flat? If I lay it down on my hand, that's where it sits. Sit on the face, the flat part. So we would say a cone has one, and then we describe the shape of the face. So what shape is this face? One circle. Yeah, so we could say a cone has one circular face. Nice work. And my example for at home was an ice cream cone. It even has the word cone in it. All right, we've got two more 3D shapes to talk about. Our next one is a cylinder. Can you say cylinder? And it looks like this. Cylinder. All right, boys and girls, is our cylinder flat or solid? It's solid. You are right. All right, let's take a look at their edges. Let's count the cylinder's edge. We have one edge right here and a second one here. So a cylinder has two edges. Great job. Let's talk about vertices. So those are points. Do you see any points or vertices? Can you say that word one more time with me? Vertices on the cylinder. Me either. There's none. So we say there's 0 vertices. And the last part, we're going to talk about our faces. Say that with me. This is our new word. Faces. So faces are the flat parts, or the parts where our shape can sit. How many do we have? Let's count them. We have 1, 2. So a cylinder has 2 faces. Good job. And what shape are these faces? 2 circular faces. Awesome. And my example from at home is a can of soup. Can of soup is in the shape of a, what's this called? Cylinder. Nice work. All right. Last 3D shape we're going to learn about. Oops, I gotta run to the other room because I forgot it. It is a, thanks for being patient, boys and girls. It's a cube. Can you say that? Cube. All right. So is a cube flat or solid? Let's see. It is solid. My hands can't touch. I can't squish it all the way flat. So this is a cube. It's solid. This one's tricky. We're going to count all of the edges. So there's a lot in a cube. You're going to watch with me. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Good counting, boys and girls. Cube has 12 edges. Can you say that? A cube has 12 what? Edges, right? Those are the lines, or the parts where the faces kind of connect. All right, now we're going to count the vertices, the points. Count with me, ready? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. A cube has 8. What are these called? Vertices. Great listening, boys and girls. And last but not least, our last attribute for a cube we're going to count are its faces. So those are the flat parts. Remember, I can make a 3D object sit on one of its faces. Ready? Let's count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So a cube has a face on the top and the bottom, and then on all of its sides. So there's 6 faces. What shape are these faces? You're right, they're in the shape of a square. A cube has square-shaped faces, which are different than our cone and cylinder, which have circular faces. Awesome, boys and girls. In my example of a cube at home is an ice cube. Just like an ice cream cone has the word cone in it, an ice cube has the word cube in it. Can you think of anything that's a cube in your house? Awesome. So before we go, I'm just going to do a quick little review with you guys on 2D versus 3D shapes. We're going to compare some. So I'm going to take some 2D and 3D shapes that look kind of alike, and I want you to maybe tell or come up with 1 or 2 reasons that these are different. All right, so I'm going to show you 2 shapes now, and I want you to think, what's different about these 2 shapes? I have a circle, and I have a sphere. Good job. Okay, so when I'm thinking about it, one thing I can use to describe their differences is whether they're 2D or 3D. So I might say a circle is different from a sphere because it's 2D. It is flat like a pancake. A sphere is 3D because it's solid. I can't squish it flat. Let's think. What else could be different? I think that's the biggest difference because both circles and spheres do not have any edges or sides or vertices. All right, we'll do one more example. All right, so I've got a cube and a sphere. So just like the a cube and a square, just like the sphere and the circle, we could talk about their differences between being 2D and 3D. A cube is 3D because it's solid. A square is 2D because it's flat. I could also mention that a cube has 6 faces when a square doesn't have any faces. We don't talk about faces of 2D shapes. What about the vertices? Can you tell me the difference in vertices between a cube and a square? I might say a square has 8 vertices, or a cube has 8 vertices, while a square only has 4. So boys and girls, this week, you guys are going to review 2D and 3D shapes, and you're going to think about some of the differences. Before I let you go, I want you to think. Here's a challenge. I have a circle and a cylinder. Can you tell me 2 things that are different about a circle and a cylinder, and maybe 1 thing that's the same? I'll share one of the differences with you. I was going to say a cylinder has 2 faces, a circle has none. I'm excited to hear what you come up with. Great job, boys and girls.